Hello, and in this video I will be going over the key takeaways from my online economics course this summer. The 6 key takeaways that I took away from this course were the production possibilities curve, equilibrium, the market structure, inflation, the Federal Reserve Bank, and monetary policy. What is the PPC curve? The production possibility curve is a graph that demonstrates the possible combinations of production in an economy. The curve can move inward to display unemployment, outward to display future growth in the economy, or along the curve to display all the possible outcomes of means of production in the economy, such as in efforts of war, we might lean towards making more guns than anything else. My second key takeaway is equilibrium. This is when the supply curve meets the demand curve, and this is usually the ideal place that distributors of goods want to get to. That way there's no surplus or deficit in their means of production. By finding equilibrium, this causes less money to be wasted and more money to be gained. My third key takeaway is the market structure itself. By understanding the different structures within the market economy, it's easier to understand how businesses came to be and why the most common ones are the most common. The 2 most common structures inside of a market structure are corporations and oligopolies. These 2 structures are more common because they involve more people, which helps to distribute taxes and dependability. My fourth takeaway is inflation and why it's a problem. For many, inflation is a problem, especially those in retirement, people trying to save money, or even beginning entrepreneurs. When you're trying to save money in inflation, it actually causes your money to lose value. In ways, inflation can be viewed as negative in most ways, but inflation also shows economic growth. Also, since inflation has been a big thing for the past however long we've had economies, you can also view past years' prices through something called CPI, or Consumer Price Index. You're able to find the original price of any product by just dividing the current price of an object, such as bread, by the CPI, and it will calculate the price of what that item would have been in that year that you're specifically finding. My 5th key takeaway is the Federal Reserve Bank. This U.S. central banking system is the most powerful economic institution in the U.S. Some important responsibilities it has is by setting interest rates, managing money, and regulating financial markets. These can also be used to combat inflation. Though, not only inflation, it can also help the economy through deep troughs or times of economic lows. My final key point is monetary policy. Monetary policy is a set of tools that a nation has available to promote sustainable economic growth. Whether this be through the nation's banks, its consumers, or its businesses, it's a very important tool that the government can put into the works. With this policy in place, it can actually help the economy come back from some really bad inflation or some really bad troughs. Also, by having this in place, it promotes a sustainable economic outcome, so that way it will last for longer times and brings back the economy from, of course, inflation or troughs.